The dragon gods. Do you know who your dragon god is? Most of the time, Leviathan is a part of it, but not always. There are so many dragon gods and has many different kind of names that has been given to them over the centuries. And the dragon gods as well are most of the time being seen as the embodiments of the elements of nature. The dragon gods are not at all also being seen as something that you need to worship. They are not the gods as they are meant, as they are said to be inside of of history, but it's something that I as well call them as I try to connect with them. Of course, the dragon gods themselves are the first one who will connect with you. That is the opposite, of course, what is going on now. Now people going to church try to connect with the gods that they never heard of, and on the dragon's path, the dragon god will try to connect with you in the first place. And once this will happen, you will feel very much opened, much more of yourself. Whenever the dragon comes to you, your dragon god, whenever your dragon comes to you, they will see you as one of their children, because you have a connection within yourself, and this you are one of their children, and they just want that you will be awakened. And whenever this will happen, then another child of them will come to them, will come to you, and a gate will be opened. Whenever you are with your dragon, that is because your dragon god allowed it. But a dragon god is not something or someone that wants you to bow for them. They don't want you to bow for them. They don't want you even to worship them. Even though some of them used to be worshipped back in the day, but it's not, as I understand it, that is not what they asked. They asked nothing actually. They just want to take care of their children. And one of their children is actually you. You need to be connected with them. Of course, there is something about you that is very particularly strange, and that is actually the thing that actually dragons are not here at that moment. That they are not here in this realm, this existence, but inside of you they are. Inside of you they live on. Inside of your soul, inside of your spirit, there is draconic energy, and your dragon god, with your dragon guardians by your side, they will feel this, that there is one of their brothers or sisters or lover or whatever that is still there, a part of their dragon eye is living here on this earth, and that is because your dragon god allowed it for you to be born here with a connection with the dragon, a connection as well as the energy that lives with you, inside of you. And that is actually very beautiful, and that is why there is no need to bow for dragon gods. Dragon gods, as I see it, they are the creators of everything. Fire, earth, air, water. They are the creators of everything. Everything that comes together. Of course, many people see it as something ridiculous, as there is only one God. But in my eyes, there is not one God, because there is always conflict. There is not something like there is always peace and nothing will happen. That is not natural. There will always be conflict. That is why there are several gods, and they always will have a little bit of conflict with each other, but they will always be connected with each other as being draconic energy together. It will always be dark and light. It will always be female and male. It will always be a conflict, always. And that is why there will not be one God. That is why I connected with the dragon gods, and there are so many of them, all of them creating everything that exists. And a lot of people just don't want to understand what I'm trying to say. But yeah, that is very important as well in your dragon's path, to understand who your dragon god is. Have you any idea who your dragon god might be? The one that is responsible for you, who you are today, and also the one that is responsible for opening the gates for you and your dragons. And that is also very important to know who your dragon god is. Of course, the first time when I knew that who my dragon goddess was, I was immediately falling on my knees, and I just the same as I saw the dragon for the first time, I had the same reaction as I saw the dragon god. That was as well as, yeah, that was a very powerful moment. Once you discover who your dragon god is. Of course, I didn't know who this was. As this was happening, the dragon god was coming, and I didn't know who this was. Who was actually my dragon? Who was this? Actually, a very, very powerful entity that came before my altar. I knew it was a dragon, but it was different than than the guardians were. So I found out that this was a worship being back in the day of Babylonia, Mesopotamia. But this was still a worship being, and that was revealing for myself. Like I met Tiamat. I met Tiamat, the goddess of chaos, the goddess of fertility, the goddess back in the day that was worshipped as sometimes a feared being, and yet it was revealing and calming once I felt this energy. The dragon gods will be there, but you need to recognize them. How? I delved this inside of mythology and history, and maybe that is also a very good idea for you as well, to discover who your dragon god is. I discovered and go inside of details and go inside of books because I wanted to know what happened to me, who visited me. It was godlike, to say at least. But like I said, a god, how should we respond before a god? How should we behave before a god? Because once I see people going to church or going to another place of worship, I see them doing all the same. All the same, they have no soul, they have no mind, they just do whatever the priest is saying. Stand up, sit down, stand up, sing and sit down and give me money. No, that is not how we should treat our dragon gods. Our dragon gods is more like, what have you, but I mean, they see you as one of their children. Of course, you are a human being as well. You are a human. How should you behave before them? The dragon gods knows very well who you are and what you will do and how you will behave. They don't expect you to kneel down before them. They expect you just to listen to them, to feel them. That is their first goal. That is what I try to understand. That is how you feel your dragon god once they come before you. And if you have a reaction, if you're like saying, oh wow, that is very powerful, if you are feeling your dragon god, that is what they want. That is what you want to achieve. That is what I understood from my dragon goddess. That is, once you felt this energy, the dragon god or goddess will be very pleased once you notice them, that your draconic energy inside of you is strong enough to notice the dragon god that is by your side, a dragon goddess that is responsible for all life on this earth. That try to understand what kind of energy the dragon gods have. It's something that I cannot describe in words, that can be embodied by your side. We don't need to bow down. We don't need to sing music. We don't. Of course, you can do this. I bow down sometimes because there is so much that I want to do for the dragon gods. But sometimes the most simple things are the better ones. The most simple things, just like talking to them or singing to them, or yeah, you can do this, of course, but not at the cue of someone else. Just do it how you want it, because even on the dragon's path, another brother or sister on the dragon's path might not see it as the same, because they have a different god or goddess, or they have different kind of mindsets. Every dragon is different, as well as the dragon gods. There are many dragon gods and many guardians. So it can be that you might have a complete different kind of road, a dragon's path that goes like this, while the other one goes like this. There shouldn't be anyone that is speaking that you have to go up or sit down and go up and sing, and there should never be someone like this. because they don't know your dragon god. Your dragon god is something that you try to connect with, but also try to know, try to understand what they are, what kind of an energy they are, what they actually want from you. Because the dragon god will try, once you connect with them, to talk to you, to communicate with you. They will try it, just the same as your guardians. That is why you can see your dragon god as your guardian as well, because your guardian as well is also just like you. Your energy that you have inside of you is what they actually are, your guardians. But the dragon god is the one that actually allowed you to be what you are and who you are. They sometimes say, you believe in dragons, but they are not the creators. Yes, they are. Yes, they are very much. And they are all the embodiment of the four elements as well. Also, there are many gods. I said, yes. Oh, no, there is only one. Yeah. And what about the conflict, I said? What about the conflict inside of nature? What about animals eating each other? What about all death and all destruction and things like this? All war. Just humans are the prime example of what a conflict is. They always made war. They always killed each other. That is why there is not such thing as one god. There are so many of them. And many dragon gods cannot go together, but together they created life. They created an energy. They created the energy inside of the world. And that is, sometimes I have to say, yes, I do believe in creation, but not in the way you do. I connect with God, with the gods, with the God that try to connect with me. But not in a form of prayer, not in a form of worship, but in the form of love. And the love that I have for all of my dragons. That is why I sometimes try to connect with them. I just want to know more about the dragon gods. And after 16 years, I'm still surprised of what they have to say to us. So connect with them. Try to know who your dragon god is, but don't see it as a religion. See it as something unique, something meant for you, and that your dragon god is there only for you.